What up, manga fans? I'm back with one last video for, well, now. As you know, I spent today viewing 3 different manga. This is the third one, obviously. So yeah, earlier today I reviewed News Axis' first arc, then reviewed the, what did I review that? Seriously, what did I review again? Oh, nothing else actually. I think I just reviewed News Axis earlier today. Ooh. Yeah. No, wait. I also reviewed Sakamoto Days. Just remember that. I'm an idiot. Anyway, this is more of a year late, this one. But I'm doing the Baratie arc of the One Piece manga. I just want to briefly check something in the first volume. Sorry, I just briefly checked something because the translation I reviewed on the Shoulder Jump app, weird dialogue thing. Mentions now, but Luffy's Gun pistol was called Gun bullet in this arc. Maybe because of how he's stretched. I don't know. But he always says gun, pistol. Anyway, I'm going to tell you what arcs were adapted into the 2023 live action series, which is season 2 coming. Of course, there's the East Blue, there's the Romance Dawn arc, which is like 1 episode. It's not doing what the anime did, so add it in. Ruby's backstory was mixed in throughout the episode alongside the origin. I think that was a smart choice. Like, the first chapter is pretty short. They could actually add a flashback chapter. They could actually add the other chapter into it. Anyway, as you mentioned, Zoro's translation, the translation for Zoro's name in the manga is Zolo, like in 4Kids dub. I don't know why. I get Zoro understand with the character from, Spanish character, but the name's spelled differently with 2 R's. Plus, copyrights are different in other countries. Zoro's not an American project, is it? Again, I don't know how copyright law works. But here's the thing. The Funimation dub... oh, good. Someone into my throat then. Anyway, the English dub of the One Piece anime called Zoro. No, there's no legal issues. There's no legal issues as far as I'm concerned. As I know. So I don't know why 4Kids thought they would be in trouble. Like, is like Zoro original name? I'm just saying. I'm actually curious to see how bad the full kids dub is myself. As someone who enjoy watching the anime, I want to see how bad the dub is. See it myself. But there's no official way to watch it. Unless you buy the freaking DVD. And we never got one in the UK. I don't know if I can use my DVD my mouth. Anyway, Baratie arc. Quite some changes in the story. Oh, some censorship, like it's common for adaptations of manga to go. As you know, a lot of manga are brutal, but had to be toned down for anime adaptations for the time slots they air. Especially in the 1990s. Notable examples is like Naruto and Bleach. You see how the anime had to censor a lot of slightly censor the content from the manga. Like some more scenes that were more brutal in the mangas. Like say Uyu versus Mayuri. You get my point anyway. So it's of course for a time period. But with the One Piece being about being on Netflix, does that mean you'll be able to actually contain the original scenes are fully uncensored? Streaming services are different to TV, right? So it allows them to get away with some other stuff. Like, say, some swears for a PG show. Look at Neutral Hunters for saying crap. Yes, they actually said crap in that show. Just once, though, as far as I know. Anyway, so let's get into the arc. So the Zoro flashback arc story was actually pretty early on around the first arc where I was Dawn. It was in the Romance Dawn arc, but the anime moved it to be in the start of the Baratie arc. Something like how they moved Ruby's backstory from the start of the Romance Dawn arc to the start of the Orange Town arc. Well, I kind of prefer how the anime did it, my opinion. Because it gave a little more mystique about Luffy. Who is he? I mean, his powers being a bit of a surprise too, keeping more hidden until the reveal. I heard that changed a little bit because it worked a bit in the story. As I teachers ever prefer it went well, would you? You know what I mean? But still. Because, yeah, I actually just swapped two scenes around. As I remember. But, anyway. It's pretty early in the morning anyway. Gotta get this done. So, we open the arc. Let the guy draw the flag. Oh, shit, into that. They finally got to the Jolly Roger. Luffy and Usopp ended up messing around the cannons. I'll contact about him in the ass a little bit later. I think I was discussing what the next we should get. Luffy speaks his mind on a musician that actually will come true a couple of years later. Again, though, if you're not following the series, we'll get there. Oh, trust me, we'll get there. Anyway, so after that, again, anyway, someone comes attacking their ship. Basically, believing that his partner's gonna die. They got a position, but it seems Zoro actually knows who that is, causing Johnny. And apparently he's talking about it's called Yosaku. Basically, they were like Zoro bounty hunters, mostly pirate hunters. And when they looked up the Zoro like a big bro. Alright, watching in Japanese, they say Anarchy, which is a different type of umbrella compared to Onisan. So, yeah, time recording. I'm on the Alabasta arc of the One Piece anime. I've been rewatching it for a review, doing review purposes, and that arc's pretty long. So, I need to. Sorry. That arc's pretty long, so I need a lot more time to watch it. There's technically 3 parts, like a 3-round battle between the main characters of the arc. But I'll try to beat it when we get there. Now, I'm only reading short arcs that are not super long, like over 30 chapters and stuff. Nothing that long yet. So, anyway. Okay. Hey, Yosuke is sick. It turns out it's just a common type of disease. Easily curable. That's common knowledge too. It's hilarious. And to introduce themselves Papa. They said, like, give them thanks by actually taking to a place where they can find a cook. A sea restaurant called the Baratie. By the way, I think I mentioned this before, but during this time, Buggy's been getting a lot of cover stories. Which is cool. But not, and some people probably miss it when reading because they're enjoying the story. So, and kind of, it's smart the anime actually tried to adapt it as its own separate episode. I wouldn't be surprised which studio actually did it as a special episode, not a main episode, but more like a one-off special episode. For fans to see how Buggy got to how Buggy will reappear later in the series, later in the saga. I think doing it as a special one-off episode instead of being part of the main episodes could work. You know, that allows it to be adapted properly, but also not interfering in the story, was making it feel like filler. You know, as part of the manga, it technically was filler in the anime. Because, you know, they're cover stories, not proper chapters. So when we get to the log town log, I'm going to be explaining what exactly happened to Buggy in that story. But anyway. So the gang arrive at the Baratie, but of course end up dealing with some bunch of Marines. Anyway, Lieutenant Full Body. It's a bit of an it's a bit of an egotistical prick. It's just how a lot of the time the Navy being betrayed like not the most corrupt people ever. It's quite, but there are rare times where we see good people like, you know, I'm spoiling too much. If you're not seeing the series, I'm not gonna mention those characters' names. But we've got Kobe, who's a good person. There are a bunch of Kobe stories too in the next saga, which I think are cover stories as well. Again, they can be adapted as their own special episodes by Wit. Because to see what Wit has in store for the anime, the series. We still haven't got any new announcements yet, but it was announced back in 2023. Maybe it'll come out in 2026, and we'll get an announcement of this year's Jump Festa. What else? Anyway, conversation. Luffy accidentally bounces a cannonball after the Baratie are hitting it. Now, this is where scenes were swapped, because somehow Full Body already gone to the restaurant pretty quickly during that scene. Yeah, it's a weird decision, but I think the anime made it a little bad, swapping around, make more coherence. But anyway, Bully's a massive ass. Oh, mistaken the sous chef for a waiter. And the sous chef's name is Sanji. Immediately his design stands out. Of course, Sanji is embarrassing about the wine. While Luffy ends up meeting the head of the restaurant, Zeph. What's it, Zeph? Yeah, Zeph. Okay, he's mixed up with another character. To pay for all the damages, Luffy has to work off his debt for a year. But Luffy can't exactly do that, but there's no choice. But we see Sanji being pretty brutal with Full Body, who's been a massive dick. Now, this is slightly censored in the anime, as it looks more brutal, a lot more blood in the manga for this scene. And Sanji holding up Full Body, beaten up. He's a lot more bloody in the manga. If I actually had the actual volume it's in, I would have shown you it, but I don't right now. I really want to make more room on my shelf, but I'm just planning to buy a couple of set collections. Simpler, that way I can just put them all together, and when I need them, I can just pick them out and pick one volume. They're pretty expensive. Anyway, Luffy. As well, Sanji's been in chastised for what he's done. And just assault, and we reports that a member of Don Creed's crew escaped. It's just the man named Dean. Well, alright, the chefs are pretty cool. Well, not Patty. Pretty cool. Ends up throwing Dean out because he has no money. By the way he speaks sounds like Joey in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. The way he speaks like with a Brooklyn accent. At least with the way words are spelled in the translation. The anime neglects that, though. So Gina's comment about Sanji still pews him. Because as a chef, it is his duty to feed people who are hungry. Good or not. That's pretty cool. Luffy seen this, press up Sanji to join his crew, but nope, he refuses. Dean thanks and promises to come back someday because he loved the food. Of course, Luffy still has to be a chore boy. He ain't doing a lot of shenanigans. Also, annoyed by his crew. Until I guess what happened. It's comedic. But this is the only time in the manga during this arc that Sanji calls Luffy. Because the entirety of the arc he calls him Chore Boy. Everyone in Baratie calls him Chore Boy throughout the arc. I'm just saying, it's an interesting little detail when the anime just doesn't do that. It just doesn't bother me. I just point it out. So, anyway, Luffy, help me. Sorry. Luffy. So, yeah. That's the moment when Ging comes back with Ninja Man, who's Don Krieg, an infamous pirate. Of course, he went to the Grand Line and the ships were destroyed. Dangerous. They see food. Of course, they appear to give them, but Sanji, again, open up to his mouth, is the food. And Don Krieg only pisses him like by hitting him like this. Like, I don't know what the term's called, but something like that. Pushing him with his arm. Not that Don Krieg plans to take over this place. against King's wishes. Why does it feel like this? Like, why is that pain in my mouth? It's not loose tooth. I don't get it. So yeah, basically, Krieg wants them to feed the entirety of his crew, 100 men. But there's no choice. But the cooks refuse and basically trying to stop Sanji. But Zeph gives him the food. And seeing Zeph was once, but we found out Zeph was actually a pirate named Redfoot Zeph. Interesting enough, I read the manga. There's actually a scene that was not in the manga that is in the anime. But I'll get there. I think. We'll see. So yeah, but anyway, everyone. So seeing this, Don Quixote wants his logbook of the Grand Line since he's been there. Also, I forgot to mention Zeph's one-legged. He's got so. Anyway, the crew were at the ship but came back when they heard the commotion and stuff. Except for Nami, who's still on the ship with Johnny and Yosuku. For now. Luffy, so, yeah. Luffy basically charges Don Krieg, saying he's going to become king of the pirates. Seeing how stubborn they are, Don Krieg decides to leave, but he will come back and take this place down. And as we know from Gin that the ships were destroyed by one man. That surprises everyone. And that man is Hawkeye Mihawk. We don't know it yet, but we'll find out at the start of the next arc, so I'm not going to go over that here. But just know he's part of a group of powerful guys. And it's just that Don Krieg makes is interesting a little bit later. But again, we'll get there. But Hawkeye Mihawk's a powerful swordsman. Someone Zoro's been after for a long time. Basically, he beats him and becomes the world's greatest sword. That's one step closer to his dream. So yeah, everyone's prepared as Don Krieg's ship shows up. And then slice through. As we would be Mihawk himself. Dracula Mihawk. Yeah, his name's obviously supposed to be a Dracula. Especially his design, he looks like Dracula. With his pale skin, yellow eyes. He definitely looks like someone who considered for Dracula. He even has a cross. He's even wearing a religious cross. Which Wilkins says that this religion is bad. Anyway. Okay, Mihawk's definitely powerful. As Don Krieg was suggesting that Mihawk might be a devil fruit user. That's an interesting bit. I don't know. It's never confirmed. But I don't think he is, because that's natural skill. Zoro basically challenges the guy to a fight. Meanwhile, Zoro's just a rabbit and stuff. Weak. Even though he made a name for himself. And well, it turns out his cross has a blade in it. And he's definitely strong with it. Like, see, able to hold Zoro's attack back just by pointing the dagger at the by pushing the dagger against the swords. It's impressive. Even though it means dying, Zoro won't run away. Even he's weak. And well, that spirit impresses me, Hawk. So he's facing up against a real powerful sword. much bigger, and again looks like a cross. Why is all this guy on crosses? Is he religious? Is there any religion in this world? I mean, we had gods, but you get my point. And Zoe ended up losing the fight. As a bat, it was even though it was short, it was a great fight. And great motivation was Zoe's counter for the future. Will be Zoe still alive? Me, I was impressed by both Zoe and Luffy, as Zoe vows never to lose again. I felt mentioned Nami took the ship. I actually forgot about that. Sorry. But that's important. So she's gone for the rest of the arc. And was in half of the gang. Was in. Yeah, let's go look for her while Luffy stays behind to protect the Baratie with the others. Nice is trying to face off against Don Krieg and his men. It turns out the Baratie has a fighting platform for fighting. So allows the shop, so allows the cafe not to be damaged. Restaurant, sorry. I'm going to use something with gas attacks and stuff. And the first battle, and well, the first proper battle of this arc is Sanji versus Pearl. I demonstrate Sanji's skills with his feet. He does well. But it's hopeless when Gin basically falls as Zeph hostage with a gun. Sanji being beaten up by Pearl. And we end up learning about his dream, the All Blue. And his reason, and the reason behind his debt to the restaurant. Basically, years ago, he was just when he was 9. He was a young chef in training on a boat. Why is that? Like, do they have a 9-year-old cooking? Like, I get it's a trainee, but he's 9. Well, that probably gets expanded on much, much, much later in an arc I've not seen yet. So yeah, the arcs I've seen up to is the end of the up to the Fishman Island arc. That's all I've seen up to in the anime. Everything beyond that's new to me. Seen a glimpse of the filler episodes, Lily the Little Giant, and that's just a filler. So yeah, I've never seen anything beyond it. So I'm looking forward to eventually getting there and catching up on the series. I will wait till the Egghead arcs end before, watching more. Or continue watching. So that's what I plan to do. It's going to take me a long time just to get past those. How long they get over time. Anyway, the boat ends up being attacked by Zeph and his crew. Sanji, but even though Sanji's a kid and get beat up, he still won't give up because of his dream to find the All Blue. But a catastrophe happens as Sanji is knocked in the ocean because it's a storm, and Zeph goes in to save him. Was going to be trapped on the island. As Zeph has a bigger bag, they both have food bags. Zeph is bigger. They don't talk to each other until help arrives. Eventually, after days and days after running out of food, Sanji ends up deciding to try and steal Zeph's field. Zeph doesn't have any food. The food Sanji was given the only food. What does Zeph eat? We found out he ate his own leg. Which is different in the anime, where his leg got caught up trying to rescue Sanji and lost it. But good in their own way, don't get me wrong. But the manga actually shows us him actually, cut it off with it was like this with a boulder. But I like how the anime revealed it more. Kept it a little hidden, and or see, so it should make the surprise even more. But yeah, I'm just saying. That's just probably me. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just probably me who's more below how the anime sometimes what the anime did sometimes. So. It turns out Zev had the same dream as Sanji, looked like all blue. An ocean in between all, somewhere in the ground line between the four blues, east, north, south, and east. No, west. Where is the chef's dream. Of course, it's just a child story, but separately with it too. So eventually, they get rescued. And that's why Sanji's incest debt. You know, that was Russia in the fall. So basically, won't give up. Luffy's ready to destroy the restaurant, so Sanji, because basically, Zeta to save his life so he could die. It's a really cool moment. And the first period is a battle axe, which will be used again soon. Those who know. How. Anyway, Pill's still not joined though. So Gin ends up taking it down. One of basically planning to kill Sanji himself. Like a lot of delay there. You know? Or a fake out gas attack with shurikens, which was not directed. They just cut straight to the point. Game versus Sanji. Sanji struggling. Nagin couldn't kill Sanji. He owed him Sanji was the only one who was kind to him. And Donkey sees as betrayal, just tries to kill him with gas. And does not upon his mask, he's not a member of the crew anymore. I'm skipping over a lot of details, just go read the arc or read the manga or watch the anime. Everyone gets the point across pretty easily. Luffy nicked two masks off two goose. They get the Sanji and Gin. But he doesn't have one himself. And then 1 p.m. next to him as the gas attack hits. And well, it's revealed. A mask Luffy was given was Gin's. Gin's one given to him. One to die. But there's still a chance to save him. It's a really cool moment showing how kindness can touch someone's heart. Causing a fight. So, seeing this makes Luffy angry at Don Krieg. Goes Don Krieg on it easy with his weapons and stuff. Luffy ends up getting injured with some spikes. But still, Ange punches a steel cape just to punch Don Krieg. Yes, epic moment. Again, he's been a little more in the manga. Luffy out the diverse dreams, which really seems to affect Sanji. Luffy ends up fighting Don Krieg. I'm skipping over most of the battle. It's cool though. Don uses his gadget. Luffy eventually defeats him. Luffy eventually defeats Don Krieg. But he ends up on the sea. Sanji rescuing him. The battle's over. Ski's trying to take Don Krieg and his crewmen. Even though he doesn't have that long left, but he's still going to be a pirate. Live his dream. Luffy wakes up and Sanji has to talk about it all blue with him and condense a lot of town for me at the moment. It's really cool. Baratie is a great arc with Sanji. A great introduction of his character, his motivations. I love the comedic bits that's going to be coming in, especially his flirtiness when it comes to beautiful women. That's one of the Baratie series' best running gags. On the anime, he says, "Nami Swan!" He doesn't say that in the dub for some reason. I don't know, like to hear Eric Vale say that, but I also got a lot of One Piece movies to review as well at one point. Now, I think I reviewed the first movie. Yeah, it was a while back. But, you know what, I'm going to re-review it again. But much later down the line. Once I get up to Wano, then I can move on to the One Piece movies. From the first one all the way up to the recent. Then, then you get the point. I'll be there when the next arc airs. So, I'm looking forward to that if I do eventually catch up. So, you don't need. But everyone in the staff, including Seth, thinks that Sanji's soup is bad. You know? But it's really just a mean to get him to follow his dream. And Sanji ended up opening this conversation. Luffy said he refuses to take Sanji because it's Sanji's decision. Oh, awesome. So yeah, by the way, in the anime, Zeph obviously gives Zeph obviously gives Luffy his logbook, but Luffy refuses. I don't know why that wasn't in the manga. It was because Luffy wants to find out his own right, but his own journey, carve his own path, without any guidance. That's pretty cool. Even it's suicidal. So Sanji's Yusako's also back. Basically explaining what's going on. He's put most of it over there. It's a nice. Sanji also decides to join the crew. Now the crew's now officially up to 5. 4.5 technically, since Nami says she wasn't a personal member. You'll get the point. And we get an emotional goodbye between Sanji and Zeph. I'm not going to go over it much, but it is a great farewell between the characters. One was emotional ever. A great start to Sanji's journey as part of the Straw Hat Pirates. Now that's literally when the arc ends in the manga. Seaman Nami was slightly early on in the arc, but was moved here to the end to give a tease the next arc. And she mentioned someone called Bellamia. Who? Well, we'll find out in the Alan Parker next. I don't know when I'll be getting to that though. But yeah, it's the same amount of chapters as this one. 27. Or is it? You don't know, wait, this one's 28. Yeah. I get my point. So, a little longer, but yeah, that will be soon, hopefully. But I want to focus on other reviews first. You know, do other arc reviews for a bit. At least get them on the channel for now. But I'll do more in the future. So, yeah, this one's a little longer. It's getting through quite a bit of it. I apologize, but I just want you to read the manga or watch the anime. You can do either of those things. It's a good series. Or even watch a live action version, which is really good. It's good and it should have been for a live action adaptation. But it's by the same studio that did the live action Cowboy Bebop series. Yeah. So I recommend you give it a watch if you're interested. It is a good series. Even though I don't like some of those part. Well, the Baratie arc was adapted. But only the opening portion of it. The part when Don Krieg and Geen appear. Yeah, basically it just combined it with by adding. You know, I'll discuss this more in the next arc because it's relevant there. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy my content, please hit that button. Want to see more? Subscribe to the channel. Look about the other videos, and I'll see you guys next time for more videos. If it's not later, you get my point. So we'll see. Thank you. I'll see you guys either. Well, later now because it's past 2 in the morning, or next time. We'll see. Kaiser jump out.